Well, it's that time of the year again. F1 is back, and so you already know what time it is. Time for my terrible predictions that will age in the worst way possible because nothing will go my way. This is after testing, so I've seen all the cars on track, I've seen the lap times, I've seen who looks good and who doesn't. So, yeah, who will be good and who will be absolute garbage. Anyways, by the looks of testing, it already might be time to look forward to the 2025 season. Thanks, Red Bull. Anyways, I'll still give my predictions for this season, even though they were absolute trash last year. And yeah, let's just show some examples. I had McLaren finishing 6th in the constructors. I had Alpine finishing 4th. I had Williams finishing last in the constructors. I'm sorry, James Vowles. I'm sorry, Alex Albon. But the biggest prediction that I got completely wrong was Nick DeVries beating Yuki Tsunoda. Now compared to that, let's see what I got right. I got Gasly beating Ocon. And I got Max winning the championship. This time I'm going to start with the constructors because I don't know why. I just felt like starting with the constructors first. Starting with 10th in the constructors, I'm going with a absolute waste of space. I mean, Haas. Like, why are you still fucking here? Now, this isn't a knock on the actual staff for the team, but it is for this man, Gene Haas. Fuck you. F1 really let you bums in this sport but denied Andretti. Just think about that. An actual racing organization with American fans and history got denied. But these fools can just sit here and just dwindle away at 10th every damn year. It's ridiculous. They don't compete. They are a waste of space. They don't do anything.
Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
So, respectfully, fuck off. You're finishing 10th. Anyways, after that, let's just slowly transition to 9th place. 9th place, I'm going with Steak, Kick, whatever your team name is, Sauber. Not really much to say about this one, as much as Haas. Fuck you, Haas. Other than Steak or Kick, whatever they're called. They're mid. You're fighting for points, but sometimes you'll also be at the tail end of the pack and be the worst car in the grid. So, yeah. I can't wait for Audi to join this team in 2026 and just take over. All right, in 8th place, I'm gonna go with Williams. I expect a significant improvement from Logan Sargent. The problem is, I think some other teams are gonna do better this season, which will mean Williams will go from 7th last year to 8th this year. I'm not even gonna say that they're gonna be worse or not improve. I think they will improve. Again, like I also predict Logan Sargent will improve. I would put them higher if they weren't lacking in resources and money, basically, because James Vowles has said multiple times that they don't really have the assets to compete right now to do anything. So they're just going to be fighting for points the whole time. And yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if they finish higher than teams like Alpine, which leads me to my 7th place, Alpine. Yeah. They not only decided to give us the worst 2024 livery with just pure carbon fiber and some stickers on the side, they also show nothing in testing. Even worse, I think there are reports that Alpine have nothing going for them. Like, they are literally not good in everything. They're lacking in every possible thing: engine, aero, pretty much anything that teams will just take advantage of. So yeah, Alpine this year, they might be cooked. 6th place, which I think will be Visa, Cash App, MasterCard, Venmo, Zelle, Red Bull, Monster, Racing Bulls team.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
They're definitely going to improve because they're part of the Red Bull family. We all know what's going to happen. They're going to get a distant cousin of the RB19 from last year, and they're going to cook. Now on to the top 5. Aston Martin will finish 5th in my opinion. They'll probably have a strong start, but nowhere near as strong as they did last year. They're probably going to also choke at the end like last time. I don't see the teams above being worse than Aston Martin. Now on to 4th. This could age really badly, but I think Mercedes finishes 4th. There's just nothing going for them this season. Like, it's already started badly. Lewis Hamilton is going to Ferrari. That was announced already before the season even starts. That cannot be a good sign. So that means obviously he's lost faith in the team to build a good car for him to win a championship. So obviously he's going to jump ship. And yeah, they'll still get podiums. But I don't expect them to have the success that they did. Now on to 3rd place. McLaren will probably finish 3rd. I don't want to doubt them this time, so they finished 3rd. Now in 2nd, I have Red Bull. I'm just kidding. Not even close. Yeah, I've got Ferrari finishing 2nd in the constructors. It seems like they made significant improvement on this year's car compared to last year. In testing, it looked like the DEG was much better, and even there are reports, I think, that the race pace is actually better than the 1 lap pace, which is honestly shocking that they're better apparently in race pace, but we'll see what happens at the beginning of the season. Going on to 1st, no surprise. Yay. This man, Adrian Newey, really looked at the W14 of Mercedes and said, I can fix her. Now that we got that out of the way, it's time for the driver standings. Oh boy. I've unfortunately got K-Mag at the bottom. Thanks to this man. Magnussen will finish 20th since I think they don't even score a point. 19th will be Nico Hülkenberg. Again, it's because Haas is terrible and the staff have been left with nothing to work with. So again, do not be surprised if both these drivers don't score any points because of the machinery they've been given. And in 18th and 17th, I've got the Kick Boys, Zhou and Bottas. Bottas will finish above Zhou, but it doesn't really matter. We really don't know what to expect from them this season, but I don't think it'll be anything good. I think they'll be mid as hell. They'll just constantly be in the midfield or the back. They're in a bad situation right now. It's just 2 years of waiting periods, basically, until Audi to take over. So yeah, I don't expect much from this team, and I'm basically waiting for 2026. Please, Audi, hurry up. Do not pull out either. I swear to God. And then in 16th, call me biased all you want, but Logan Sargent will be the most improved driver this year. He will finish 16th. I mean, he literally can't do worse. There's no way he can have a slump when his rookie year was not good. Like, it was bad. Expect to see a Logan that was in F2 and F3, that was fighting for wins, and he was in the championship hunt with Oscar Piastri. I expect to see that Logan. If he doesn't, then he's probably going to lose his seat. Please don't age terribly. All right, now on to 15th. Since I predicted Alpine to regress once again, I'm going to say Esteban Ocon finishes 15th. While saying this, he's probably picked up a 10-second penalty. But, yeah, this really doesn't have anything to do with him as a driver. I just think Alpine will not improve, and they'll be pretty bad this year. In 14th, I'm going to go with Alex Albon. I think he'll have another good year for Williams. I think he'll be just as good, if not better, but I don't think he'll be enough to be in 7th for the constructors for Williams, and I don't think he'll put him any higher than 14th. And that transitions to 13, which will be Pierre Gasly. And like last year, not many people predicted for Gasly to finish above Ocon because they're like, oh, Ocon has more experience with the team, he's going to be favored. He was kind of favored, but Gasly still finished above him. So I believe Gasly finishes above Ocon again, but that Alpine is going to be bad. In 12th, I'm going to go with Lance Stroll. This man was the reason that Aston Martin finished 5th in the standings instead of 4th or 3rd. Last year, he finished 10th, which was technically the worst spot he could have gotten with the car he was given, and he's gonna be the reason Aston Martin finished 5th again. So yeah, like always, Yuki will be P11. He made a significant improvement last year, showing basically he belongs in F1, and I think he'll continue his form into the season. Now in 10th, I have his teammate Daniel Ricciardo. I'm expecting kind of the old Danny Rick to show up this season, since we saw glimpses last year that he still got it. It'll probably be a close battle between him and Yuki, but I think his experience will help him in the end. Mercedes fans, look away. I've got George Russell at 9th. Last year he finished 8th, and I think he'll stay around that spot, because I don't see Mercedes being a clear top 3 car this year, and I think he'll lose some points to the other drivers because of that. One of those drivers that will be able to steal points from George is Fernando Alonso, who I've got finishing 8th. I don't think the Aston will be starting off as strong as they did in 2023, like I said, but Fernando is known for extracting every 10th of any car he's been given. Technically, this will be a worse finish than last year, but the Aston fell off so hard at the end of 2023 that I don't have much faith they can climb back up the order compared to the others that I have above Alonso. In 7th, I have Oscar Piastri. Oscar was great in his rookie year. He even won a sprint race, which was crazy. If McLaren get it right at the beginning, which they should, he should easily finish in that position. 6th will be Lewis Hamilton. Again, the Ferrari. I'm already thinking about 2025. Yes, he finished 3rd last year, but I don't see that happening again. McLaren will be fighting this time from the start, which will take points off Lewis. Ferrari started off slow as well. Leclerc had multiple DNFs at the beginning of the year, and they were still able to fight Mercedes. Now into the top 5. Now this one was tough for me, and I was debating between Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris, but I'm gonna go with Sainz for now. Sainz was the only non-Red Bull driver to win a race last year, and I think he'll be consistent enough to beat Lewis, simply because Ferrari has a good car. But since Sainz is leaving, I think Ferrari will tend to favor Leclerc over him multiple times. They even have the car favored towards him more from what we've seen and heard, and I think that'll cost him 4th in the constructors. What am I talking about? And I chose Lando over Carlos for P4 because I can see him racking up podiums, which will put him in a great position to keep the advantage over Sainz. Even last year when Carlos was killing it, since he was the only non-Red Bull winner, he had some bad luck still. And Lando overtook him at the end in the championship in the last race. I've got Sergio Perez finishing 3rd. I think he'll start off strong like he has the last 2 years, but eventually we all know what's gonna happen. He'll make a mistake that starts his slide. This time the slide could be bad enough to where Danny Rick or someone else could replace him for that Red Bull seat. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. If he finishes 3rd in the driver standings, I would not be surprised if they kicked him out, because 2nd, now hear me out, 2nd will be Max Verstappen. Yes, sir. Max is gonna finish 2nd. Yeah, no shot, I'm joking. This is not happening at all. I am completely capping, because Charles Leclerc will finish 2nd in the championship.
Got him! Got him!
From what we've heard throughout testing, the Ferrari seems to be a lot better in race trim, and the car is more favored towards Charles. So it seems like Ferrari are taking steps in the right direction to provide Charles a good enough car to where he might be able to steal a win or two from Max. But in the end, it won't matter, because Max Verstappen will win the championship for the 4th straight year. Adrian Newey cooked again, and in testing, Max's racing trim lap times basically had no fucking deg. Why? So that's it for my 2024 F1 predictions. They're probably going to age as badly as last year's. So anyways, If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and peace. Please don't be a worse season than 2023. Please.